And let's see. Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is doing wonderful tonight. Let's see. Okay, I'm getting through now. Alrighty, I was making sure. Colin, I did put the link there in the chat. It's gonna be the bottom one. The last one I posted. I kept posting the other one to go back to the other live stream for some reason. There's Mr. Cliff.
Mute my YouTube side. My YouTube. Oh, sorry. That might be me. Hey, my thing not working.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Oh, it's because I'm on the wrong screen.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it took me to the wrong stream. Yeah, unfortunately.
No, wrong screen. I was like, why is my screen not showing that I opened my camera? It's because I was still on the YouTube side instead of the StreamYard side.
Yeah. Well, I was surprised how fast I put the greenhouse up yesterday. Wow.
3 hours.
Under 3 hours, yes.
I see Grace Martin is here.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I see. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Colin. Hello, Mr. Foxit. Des, how you doing? Let's see who else is in here. That's it so far. Oh, and Dan. And Dan can come up if he wants to. He won't write.
Mr. Des.
Like I said, I'm hoping everybody's had a wonderful day so far. I got to go back to work tomorrow. At least tomorrow's my short day. Man, I woke up with a sinus headache, and it didn't go away until like 4 o'clock when I woke up from a nap.
Oh, that's funny. I had the same problem. I've had sinus issues all day.
Right here. I was just like, oh. It's still a little bit there, but not bad. Yeah, so that was a almost a 20 by 10 by 7.5 feet tall greenhouse, and by myself, in under 3 hours.
That ain't bad.
No, it's not bad. I even stopped, have a bite to eat, and chatting with everybody, moving the camera. Unfortunately, I had to stay tethered to power because, man, out there it was sucking my battery.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Was it that hot or was it that cold?
No, it's because I tried to go live and using the cell. You be quiet, and it just sucked that battery down. I mean, real quick when I was trying to do that, went back and forth, and then I got the password for mother-in-law's house, and then I was able to save some power that way. But the power dropped so far, I knew it wasn't going to last 4 hours that I needed. Well, I thought I needed. No, you be quiet.
Yooter.
How you doing, Cliff?
Hello there, Mr. Colin Kincaid.
Doing all right.
I actually saw something, a video today that is actually greenhouse related. And it was a guy who heated his greenhouse using a toilet paper heater, if you can believe that. Basically, it was a bucket with sand in it, with another bucket in it, a roll of toilet paper filled with denatured alcohol, and with a little thing on top of it to support, like the lid of the container, and a wood stove fan on top of it.
Seems like an absolute waste of toilet paper.
No. Here's the thing: it did not burn the toilet paper. It was just burning the denatured alcohol.
The fumes off of it, yeah.
Yeah. Now, I mean, he had 3 rods that came out. Okay, the can was like a coffee can or a paint can, whatever. It had 3 rods on the outside of that, sand around that, and an inside another bucket. And then he had the lid of the paint can with the heater on top of that. He said it heated up his greenhouse really well, and the fan distributed the heat evenly.
Yeah.
Now, he said he had a bigger version that he was making, but he said that the toilet paper doesn't burn; it just holds the alcohol.
Yeah, it's a reservoir for it.
Yeah,
a wick, as you might say.
Pretty much.
You did the same thing with cardboard.
He said eventually, if you let it burn all the way down, You probably would eventually, but
Then your greenhouse will be full of smoke.
well, that's if you wanted to get that far. But he said it was on for like an hour, and
Okay,
it barely went down a little bit. So just thought you might be interested in something like that to help heat your greenhouses for next to nothing. Yeah, minus the cost of materials, obviously. I've heard of those.
Cliff,
Making a
sorry.
weird sand battery is what he was doing.
Well, yeah, he I guess, because he had a metal bucket inside a metal bucket with sand between it. He said the
and
outside
we were
of
talking
that
about this the other night.
outer bucket didn't get hot at all. Just the top of the where they had the lid and the fan sitting on.
Well, does anybody have any answers for or questions for the assembling of the greenhouse? Because pretty much we're going to be talking about that because that's what I did yesterday. Yeah, go ahead, Colin.
Overall cost.
$170. $170 shipped.
Taxes?
Yes.
Yes, that's everything.
No, how much was the taxes?
That was total.
Okay, so it was just regular one cost. There was no taxes involved?
That
don't think
included
there
the
was.
tax.
Yeah, I believe it included it.
Okay.
Yeah, Molly said yes.
Okay, I wasn't sure. That's why I asked. And you said it was from vevor, correct?
It is vevor. Yes, I would consider that like a first greenhouse to give it a try. So you're not spending a lot of money on like a polycarbonate house or a glass greenhouse.
Okay. Overall weight of the whole thing?
About 81 pounds.
Okay. You and I discussed that you're not going to anchor it down yet.
No, it needs to be put into where the garden is going to be.
Right. Like you said,
Yeah, they haven't cleared the area out completely yet.
Okay.
Yesterday was a good day for me to assemble it.
Yeah, we discussed that. Now, I don't think that one that big would actually fit where Cliff's is at because I don't think he's got the room for that. Something that big.
Not in its current location. No.
I don't think you have the room for it, do you, Cliff?
No, I'm still got to set up my 8x12. I haven't gotten a chance to do that yet. Weather was kind of weird today.
Yeah. Well, anyways, like I said, I put that the link in there for vevor at the main greenhouse section, not just for that one, so they can actually, when they open it up, they see a bunch of different greenhouses, and they can choose what size they were actually looking
What
for.
suits them?
Area.
Yeah,
Say again.
you told me when I looked at that site yesterday, the first one that pops up is the one you got.
Mm-hmm.
On the top
Yeah, it's going to be up to the top, but you can scroll down and you see there's 2 pages of greenhouses. So you can choose like a 6x6, or you can choose up to a 10x30.
Or white or clear or green. White or green.
Yes.
So
And they also have a choice of a polycarbonate greenhouse as well.
okay, explain that one to me on that one. I don't know what it
That's the one like what Cliff has, and the one that was in the background where I was filming.
Oh, okay.
The
So
ones
more of a
with the
solid.
plastic windows, essentially. It's basically like a plexiglass window.
Oh, okay.
But there's an air gap in between, which also helps insulate. However, with when you get temperatures down and between 20 and 30 degrees, it's not going to help. That cold is going to get in
Now,
because of the metal frame.
if you
And
use,
when you heat up
go
a
ahead.
greenhouse that's that tall, all the heat goes to the roof. Down there's 12 feet at the peak.
Now,
So it's going to heat all that up first. Then you can, before you get down to the bottom, you would have to put it in a small fan. And it's going to take up a lot of power with all that cubic feet.
well, what if I was, if you got a couple of those heaters like I just described, would that work?
Honestly, I would not trust an open flame in a greenhouse.
Well, he had his.
Because you're not there to watch it.
Well, yeah.
I've
Now,
used
maybe-
open flames numerous times in my greenhouse.
But you're there to watch it, correct?
No,
I just have that fear of fire not being watched.
Well, you could probably enclose it like in a cage type situation if you're interested. Yeah,
These
same
things-
basic principle. There's one of those.
Yeah.
I'll
Still a
use one of
candle.
these. Or 4 of them. I mean, 4 of these produce enough heat to offset, a good 10 degrees. At least
I'm not
worth
sure
of temperature in there, but I mean, you're looking at a flame that's only inch and a half high at best.
Yeah, his only got like this high above the top of
Yeah.
the paint can, and he said it got over 200 to 300 degrees.
The top
At
of it,
the
yeah. It's the same thing as
at the
doing like a
point
ceramic sphere.
aiming at the fan, one of those conductive fans, I guess, the ones that
Yeah.
only work on from heat. So you don't
Yeah.
have. There's no cost involved electrical wise.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why you
Would that
like-
be considered a Stirling fan or something?
So
I don't know
it's
how
a Stirling engine fan, basically.
Yeah, I don't know how they work. I've never really looked.
Heat comes in, and it's due to the changes in temperature causes it to function.
Yeah.
It's a Stirling engine, basically.
Yeah, I
And,
just don't know if it's piston. Is it convection? I don't know. So I've never seen one.
I'm not
Close.
100% sure. I know it's a Stirling engine style fan. I think it's called a Stirling fan, I think.
No,
But-
they're basically, so what it is the way the fans are set up is you have the coils on the top that basically look like a fanned out peacock, and when that heats up, the heat radiates off of that and actually causes the fan to basically, it forces air through it and it spins the fan blades. I've had my ceiling fans do that backwards, completely off when we have our fireplace cranked up. Because we have a distribution fan on the back of it, or basically a blower fan. Comes up the whole back side, comes across the top, all the way across the top of that thing. When we have that thing fully cranked to like the max, after like an hour, the fans will start spinning the opposite direction
Really?
because of all the heat transference. It's just forcing it to move. So that's how those. They're basically like stove fans. Solid base on the bottom, little skinny stem, and then it has like a fat body head, almost like an engine, but it's not an engine. It's just usually like a free bearing, and it just has a little fan blade on front. So when that thing gets warm, it just starts kicking in. Doesn't
Yeah.
take much, too.
Yeah, listen, I've never seen one. I've never picked one up. I've never held one. So
they're called Stirling engine fans. But there's other kind that convert the heat to electrical and do it that way. But the Stirling engine ones don't require electricity at all.
update on the bananas. They're starting to push up their next leaves already.
Nice.
Oh,
And my irises
it's
are
my
about
wallet,
to
which is
bloom.
over there.
I still have no idea what I planted in one of my planters. They're all popped up. Almost all of them have. I think everything that I put in there popped up except for like 3 of them, which may or may not have been some small ones. But that's still, I have like 12 of them sitting in a planter, basically 2 rings and then one in the center. And I have no clue. I still to this day have no idea what I put in there.
Really?
It's got a really thick leaf that's kind of curved but pointed at the same time, like a reverse teardrop, or well, I guess like a teardrop. But it's like a thick leaf. The only thing I can possibly think that it would have been daylilies.
Tiger
Right.
lilies?
No, I don't have any tiger lilies. It had to have been an old daylily or something of a plant that I had before that I took when it went dormant or after the season was done with it, because it was a bulb style plant. So I separated it from its pot and I planted them in that one, and I pretty much just forgot what they were after I put them in there.
Mm.
But you did remember that they were there, right?
Yeah, I did remember I had plants in it, but I thought they were garlic for some reason. So when it started popping up the really thick leaves, I was like, okay, that's not garlic. So what did I plant in that?
We actually have plant news from the outside of our house. The tulips are coming up.
Oh, that's good.
So that won't do any good unless we get another snowstorm, which is entirely probable because it's Iowa.
Yeah, tulips can handle a little bit more cold tolerant than most others. Just
Yeah,
like
well-
daffodils.
One of Jenny's favorite festivals is coming up soon, and that's the Tulip Festival down in Pella, Iowa.
That's the other one. It may or may not be. Those might be daffodils.
Ah,
Okay,
Good.
I've heard of daffodils, but I don't know anything about them. Jenny might, but I don't.
Basically, a big old yellow flower. Well,
yeah. Look,
yellow, white. I've seen them pink.
No clue. I know marigolds and I know roses, but that's about it.
Oh, the rose plant is actually going nuts right now. I'm about ready to give it another
What
feeding
type
and
of
water.
rose do you have?
I believe 99% sure it's a Lincoln.
Okay, because we have Iowa roses here, or at least what they call Iowa rose, and which is a very hedge-like rose bush.
I
But
think that might be.
that's the Iowa state flower too. So
Yeah, here in a couple of, probably about 4 weeks. Basically, when I get back from Operation Rendezvous, I'm going to go ahead and do some cuttings on that rose, and I want to be here to keep an eye on them.
weird question for you, Jason.
Yes,
Would you possibly they're going to be like souvenirs or anything people could purchase while you're there?
unknown.
Dang. I would say if I send you $25, could you pick me up something?
Yeah, we're basically going to go there and eat and have a little party.
Nope. I don't think they're daffodils. Looking at the way these things are growing, no.
Now, like I said, I'm
Look
looking
tired.
forward to the new heater I'm going to try this up and coming following year. It's only using 800 watts plus a fan to actually heat the greenhouse.
Ooh.
Can you imagine how much money I would save?
A
It
lot.
depends on what kind of fan you're
A
using.
lot. Right now, I'm using 2 small heaters and 5 strings of C9 lights. So I'm using over 3,000 watts to heat the greenhouse.
What you need
That's
is
crazy.
a couple solar panels and some marine batteries, and you can just run them that way. That way, it doesn't cost you much.
No, I'm not putting batteries in my greenhouse.
It doesn't have to be in your greenhouse. It could be outside your greenhouse at a
Well,
box.
outside the greenhouse, as cold as they are, those batteries would be dead in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I don't even think they'd last 40 minutes.
Yeah, especially when it drops down to like 20 degrees, they'll be done. Batteries don't like the cold, so I figured I was going to get
That's
a
weird because
55
usually
gallon drum. I was going to
Go
get a
ahead.
55-gallon drum, and I was going to get that 800 watt barrel heater from Vevor, crank that to about 140 degrees, and put a fan.
one of
I
those
might have
thermoelectric
to
fans,
adjust that temperature though.
like a thermoelectric fan.
No, I mean an actual fan.
Well, the thing is, the thermoelectric ones, you wouldn't have to worry about powering; they just automatically come on.
I'm thinking about when I get the area leveled and I get the base for it. I'm actually be running power to the greenhouse. I'm going to run some conduit along the top, and I'm going to put in 3 light fixtures, so I can put in those little fans that you screw into the ceramic fittings.
Yeah.
It'll be on a light switch, so I can just turn it on and have those little fans blowing, because they put out a lot of air, and they also put out light. And not only that, I can put it on a remote. Yeah.
Yeah, heat-powered stove fan are really, really inexpensive.
Yeah. Like I said, I would have to get that barrel hot for it to do that. And that might be too hot.
What do you consider hot? Because they actually showed a temperature range that you could use to start it.
Dinner's here?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I'll be right back.
Ooh, dinner.
Cliff, what would you consider hot in that case?
105 degrees, but then again, that also got. But no, it depends on the application and what you're doing for. For what Jason's doing, he's going to need probably 130, 140 for the water to heat up. But he's essentially going to be using it as a sand battery, but a water battery.
Because
It's
this one,
basically just a water heater, an exposed water heater.
well, the basic ones that you usually see on people's, wood stoves and stuff, they start spinning at 122.
Yeah, once it gets hot enough, once they acquire enough heat.
Then they automatically run. You don't need to, doesn't cost anything other than the initial cost, which this one I'm looking at right now is on the cheaper side at $44. basically.
Some of them, I wouldn't recommend getting the cheaper ones. The cheaper ones are probably not going to work as well as some of the more expensive ones.
Yeah, but I mean, starting out, you just get something to get you started. Just see, make sure that the principle works.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you have the principle down, and that it shows that it works, then you can invest a little bit more into it.
Well, there's a lot of people that have used those stove fans and say that they're pretty much absolutely useless because they don't put out enough airflow, but you're not really trying to move a lot of air. You're just trying to dissipate some of the heat from the top of your stove out into the ordnance of your room, which
You direct it, basically.
eventually will start circulating as it starts to heat up.
And as long as there's fuel inside the stove, I've actually seen one that was for a buddy heater. That they put on top.
I've seen bushcrafters take little ones versions of those out on when they go camping in hot tents, and they'll set that sucker right on top of that little tiny wood stove.
Exactly, that's what I'm talking about, the little ones. And if you have a couple of things like that, you can at least circulate the air, which is good instead of having it all sit up at the top of your tent.
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm waiting to test this little bastard out.
Okay, now what's the output of that one?
This thing actually pumps. This thing moves a lot of air. A lot of air.
Well, what's the flow rate?
Hell if I know. It doesn't tell you on the box what the... It's not water. There's no flow rate for air.
Yes, there's a flow rate for air.
Air doesn't flow. Water flows.
It flows.
Air just is there.
Blow.
Then blow rate for Jenny's sake, otherwise she's going to drive me nuts.
I don't know what the blow rate is. It just blows a lot of air. I mean, it's just a simple little...
So you're telling me it blows?
It's just a little tiny hanging fan. Basically, it's really just a tent camping fan.
Now, could you use it as an exhaust fan, possibly?
No.
If you wanted to, diffuse fumes or smoke or whatever. What's the speed? Grace wants to know.
Doesn't really say what the speeds are. I have 3 speeds on it: high, medium, and low. And that's about it.
It doesn't have an RPM rate or anything like that either, huh?
No.
It doesn't say.
Now, if you put a whole bunch of them okay, that's your tent fan.
Yeah, that's a little tent fan thing. I mean, you can.
But does it have any thrust at all?
Say what?
Okay, is the blades pretty much flat, or are they a little bit more blade-like?
They're going to be angled.
Fan blades.
I was thinking if you can see if we can get some lift off of it or something.
No, I've tried setting it down. This thing weighs too much to actually fly. But look, there's the pitch. Those things are
okay. And the blades are polycarbonate or whatever they are?
No, they're just straight molded plastic.
Okay.
Just goes on to here. I
So
like the fact that during storage, if I'm not using it, I can just take the fan blades off.
Okay, I remember you showing that one. Grace said the box didn't really give you the info or anything like that?
No, that box did not have any info that was in regards to fan speed, RPMs, any of that.
Do you have the website you came off of?
I got it off on Amazon.
Okay, what's it called?
Shit, if I remember, just I don't know, just a little tiny ceiling fan.
Ceiling fan or tent fan?
Tent fan? I don't know. I don't even have the box for this anymore. I chucked that thing ages ago.
No, I understand that. I'm just
somewhere I have the info packet, the little book that came with it, but I don't know where I put that thing. I've had this thing sitting here for months waiting to use it.
Okay, is it was it by Jules Life or something like that?
No, it was a Rose, ROHS. No, there's only one direction on that, Grace. You can technically reverse the direction if you put it upside down. So if you flip it over and have it, sitting this way, it technically reverses the direction, but it does vibrate quite a bit because it is not 100% balanced.
Does it have a remote?
Yes. Where am I going? I don't know.
Similar, I think, to what you're going, but I'm not sure. It's not the same name though.
Yeah, there's the remote for it right there.
Okay, I can't show you because I can't show you. I could send the link to you on Instagram, and you can take a look at it that way, I guess.
Okay, I'm eating my dinner.
Yep, this is my fan base.
I got it. Fan base.
Yes.
Fans.
Rob
Yeah.
said Rob's joke over there. That's why I'm just like, yes. And I found out that my TV remote will turn this damn thing. This is what keeps turning my stupid thing on when I'm sitting here doing lives. And I could never figure out what was turning my light on or was turning my fan on. It's my damn TV remote. It's on the same frequency.
Oh, wow.
Okay, Cliff, I sent it to you on Instagram. You tell me if that's the same thing.
So that is 100% off right there.
Unfortunately, Taco Bell.
I just turned it on with my
You
remote.
get it at Taco Bell?
Yep, Taco Bell.
Okay.
And it's weird. It'll do it with the. It'll do it with.
Yeah,
the
I just
volume
found that
button or
one
the channel.
for $24. $26, sorry. But it's by DukuSeek. Same exact one.
Yeah, I think that one is one of the ones that I had looked at.
But it looks like the
Funny,
exact
man.
same model.
Well, majority of this stuff is all the same make and model. They just put different labels on it because they're
Yep.
turds.
Okay, what this is, it's a
Jesus
7.
Christ,
50.
Colin, it's like 7-page long thing.
Sorry. I didn't do that.
GoPro, start recording.
It's not my GoPro. That was my phone.
Go phone. Start recording.
Ha ha ha. No, when I was doing that, I forgot to shorten the entire link when I did it. But it's like 7,500 milliamp internal battery. You said you could
No,
charge it.
mine's 10.
Well, this was the 7,500 one.
Yeah, mine's 10.4. Mine's 10,400. Mine's a 3.7.
Okay, so I got to see if I can.
I
find
can
that.
give you the model number. I don't know if it'll help. It's model number X15
Oh, okay.
fan.
No, okay. 10,400, right?
Yeah, it won't even let me click on that link.
Okay, give me. I got another one. Hold on.
Well, let me click on the image, but the link won't work.
Try this one.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is that version of the DukuSeek one.
Because this one here is the bigger version of the one I was just looking at. The 7,500 one, and then right next to it is the 10,400.
Yeah, that's pretty much the same thing. Might have been the Dooku-Seek one. I don't remember. Like I said, I chucked that box ages ago. Not
Yeah, you can get them in black
losing
and white.
They came in green.
Brand new leftover stock, pretty sweet rebate.
Mm.
No dealer handling fees. Go remote. Turn fan on.
Nice. I hope that quad works out for you there, Obstacle.
I want to see his archery video. He got one of those deer seeker bows.
Oh, really? You just have to do a video on that,
I told him that.
just so I can see it.
Got the T on that one.
Tomorrow I will be heading out to the hotel for getting ready for my surgery on Friday. I'm taking my laptop with me to the hotel room,
Okay.
but I won't be able to bring it with me to the hospital room.
Well, duh. They frown
I
upon
wish
that.
I could. That'd be kind of interesting, but I'm not sure what the Wi-Fi is going to be like there.
Same as the food and the service. Terrible.
Well, we had food down in the cafeteria there. It's not too bad.
No, the cafeteria here at the hospital here is actually really good.
Yeah, we had breakfast there.
And
We got
affordable.
there for my appointment, and they actually had decent breakfast. Eyes 2? What? Look at Cliff. Okay. Eyes 2.
Yeah, because Grace, Obstacle's talking about his quad. Grace says fingers and toes crossed, and I said you forgot the eyes, Grace.
Okay, Obstacle, you shot it? Your opinion.
Oh, he didn't get it. He's going for it.
Oh,
No, but he said he shot it. So I'm going to find out what it was like, his experience, because he's been shooting compound. Now, going to a recurve is a little bit of an experience, so I'm going to find out how he did.
Talking about the quad, not
'Cause
the
I
bow.
can't. Because he may or may not be there, or I may not be able to get online tomorrow.
Haha, he said he forgot to take a video on it.
I know that, but I can still ask him how I shot.
Come here.
I know how mine shoots, but
I
I'm
would
used to it.
assume forward.
Ha 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 ha. But when someone's used to a compound, then going to a recurve, there's a big, no pun intended, learning curve.
Just make sure all your arrows are straight. Curve is good.
Not always. You should know that. You shot my bow there, Jason. Yeah, it's the aim part. It's not. Yeah, it's a little different. It does shoot flat, but the arrow speed might be way down from what you're used to. And also, you got to get used to the anchor part because there's no let off. But you can see why I like recurves and longbows. But ask more about gardening and stuff like that, and the greenhouse stuff. Now, how are you going to plan on moving it when you get a chance, when you get your location figured out?
Actually, 2 people can move it quite easily.
Okay, so
You get
and who else?
you get a couple of 10-foot poles because you go from the second run up, and you hook onto there, and 2 people can actually lift up the whole unit and move it.
Sort of like litter style.
Yes,
Okay.
but not from the ends. You got to do it from the second
The top?
run in from each side.
Okay.
I mean, like I said, I've moved mine several times that way.
Second
Now,
archway.
plus yourself, who's going to help you do it?
Probably cat or a neighbor. But
Which
usually
one's stronger?
cat.
Well, then go with Kat
Mhm.
if she's available.
Mhm.
She may have her own thing going on.
Oh yeah, it'll only take 3 minutes to move it.
How
It'll take
far?
longer to walk over there and move it than it would be to come back.
Yeah, how long it's going to take to get the site ready?
Whenever they have everything moved out of the way, they got to remove some of the plant containers and stuff like that so we can get in there.
So the debris is in the way.
Yeah.
Okay. I hope you like the bow, though, Obstacle, because I like mine a lot. It's just like this one up here. My new bow fishing reel will be here on Friday. I won't see it till Saturday.
Mhm.
And I probably won't be able to shoot until for 2 weeks. Due to the fact that I will be in a walker.
Haha, I found that stupid.
It's got a bow holder on there.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
No,
Found that metal.
the what?
Jason, I found that metal knockoff birdies from Lowe's.
Yeah.
Went over there and I looked at it the other day. That sucker went up $25 in price from when I was looking at it the last time.
Wow.
Do you have a link to that there, Cliff?
I do. Give me a second.
What'd the price go up to?
79. It was like 50 when I first saw it.
How big?
This one, according to the specs on this is 24 by 59 by 17.
17. That's why it's low to the ground.
Yeah, it's basically a ground planter.
Mm-hmm.
Let me copy that. Oops, wrong screen. Throw the link in the chat for anybody interested in looking, but this was at Lowe's. Hopefully it's not a... of course it is. I hate this crap when they do this.
You probably have to pay for shipping.
Well, I mean, I've already got it at mine. I can just go over there and pick the darn thing up.
As far as I know, I don't have them at my location.
I think that link will work. Let me check it.
Hi,
Yep.
Deb.
Takes you right to it. Okay, so that link works.
All right.
Evening, Deb. How's it going?
What item number is that?
$5.99, $7.50, $99. Sorry, $5.99, $75.99. Oh, yeah, that's the item number.
Oh, I can remember that one.
How tall is that? Let's see. Where's the
17 inches.
And how long? Oh, there it is. I see
59
it.
inches long.
Okay, I saw the schematic. Sorry, I was looking in the wrong spot.
I can mess with you and say it's 49.18 centimeters tall.
I can see that. 17 is not very tall, is it?
Mm-mm.
Just under a foot and a half. Now, do you embed that into the ground at all, or just leave it on
Just kind of
top?
right on top.
Right up on top on a level surface.
Now, if there's like that one showing it just sitting in the grass in the picture, you clear out the grass underneath it first?
Nope.
The
Nope.
weed barrier down or something like that?
Nope, grass is the weed barrier.
Okay.
Unless it's Bermuda grass.
I
Or
don't know.
grass. It'll grow right through it.
Yeah. Fun
That's
thing
what I
with
was
these ones
wondering.
is you can get 2 of them, and you can actually make them longer. And then once you do that, you can make it longer and or wider depending on how you'd like to have it set up.
In other words, you can make a square.
Yeah, for me, I would have to order it and have it delivered.
You don't have them in your location?
No, out of stock.
I have 2 of them at mine.
Yeah, there's 3 of them in Leesville.
But you could make a rounded square out of that, I think.
Yeah, that's essentially you take when you have it in length version, so basically 59 inches, you take out the middle panel and you stick it in between the 2 rounded ends, and you make a short square, pretty much a square panel.
It's sort of like a rounded square like that.
Yeah, rounded square.
You gotta remember, then you're gonna be reaching in 2 feet just to get to the center.
But don't plant the center.
Oh, reaching in 2 feet's actually not that bad, to be honest. That's about
Perfect.
Well,
That's
you guys
perfect
are
size.
tall, so it shouldn't be that bad for you guys at all.
Yeah,
Now,
I would
for me,
rather
it's a
have,
little tougher because I'm shorter than you guys. But
yeah, I'd like to have the at least the 3-foot tall one.
Well, see, I figure it this way: if you go with the shorter version, if you
Or
do
even
the
2.
rounded square, even if it's at 2 feet wide or 3 feet wide, you put some T-posts in the middle, run a trellis on that. You run beans or whatnot on the inside, and then you can run whatever little microgreens or little mini plants on the outside, lettuce, spinach, carrots around the outer bed edge. Do it however you want. So you can, essentially you can grow in layers.
well, I was thinking about the way you got it set up, just like you showed. It'd be great for potatoes.
Unfortunately, that's the only size they offer. There's no other options.
No.
The only one they had over there was that size.
Combine them together to make a rounded cornered square, basically.
Yeah.
Actually, the one from vevor, 40 inches wide, 80 inches long, and 19 inches tall for 63, 64.
Yeah, but how thick is that steel?
Yeah, probably a little bit thinner, or just the same.
Let's see here.
But it's totally squared corners. So if it's going to fail anywhere, it's going to fail in that corner.
24.
Just from the weight of the soil that's in it.
Yeah, I really was looking to see if it would tell me the thickness of the metal, but no, it has none of that information on there. Wasn't
It
even
probably
under
would
spec.
be on the box or something like that, or maybe it's down on the lower.
No, I just looked down there through the specs and and stuff. It was not listed how thick the metal is.
Does it say what the metal is?
It'll probably be 18 gauge.
Galvanized steel.
It doesn't really say that though. It shows the setups, but not the.
Yeah, when that looks all galvanized steel paneling.
It
It's
just
metal,
says
but it's
Rust-resistant metal is all it says.
they use it's basically galvanized steel, paint coated galvanized steel.
Yeah, more likely it'll probably be an 18 gauge.
Because I think the box itself weighs like 30 or 40 pounds. It's a heavy box. Heavy box. Because you figure you're looking at all of those panels in there all together.
Yeah, because it just says metal when a type of material. So now, would you want to seal that off just in case you don't want any rust or anything like that, even though it says rust resistant. I don't believe it until I see it.
Those will sit there in the ground for like 5 years before they start to rust.
Well, it depends if it's actually really galvanized or not. That's the thing. You don't
Well,
know.
what keeps it from rusting is the powder coating that they put on there.
Well, I mean, if it is powder coated.
No, they're powder coated. That metal does not come out that color normally, unless it's cast iron. And that's definitely not cast iron.
This is taco or burrito number 2.
1 burrito and 2 tacos.
What was that last part?
1 burrito and 2 tacos.
2 tacos? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said taco number 2.
And believe it or not, I'm actually quite stuffed.
I had a burger. That was it.
I've had one sandwich. I've been eating Robin's eggs, and I've nearly eaten an entire family-sized bag of Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Good thing that Cecilia's not in here. She'd chastise you for eating junk food again.
Yeah.
I woke up this morning, did not feel well, wasn't sick, just didn't feel well.
You look like you're sick to me.
I was tired.
I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your eyes, dude.
Went to bed at 5 o'clock this morning because I couldn't sleep.
That's when Ian went to sleep.
Yeah.
Then I woke him up at noon.
Yeah, I got up at like 10 o'clock. But yeah, for some reason I've not slept well in the last few days, which is really weird. Should be fine by tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to have some beautiful Anaheim peppers for your dinner, probably on Friday or Saturday. Beautiful red.
What are those for?
Eating.
No, I don't know the type of
The Anaheims?
Yeah.
Chili pepper.
It's a type of chili pepper. It's not super hot, but it's not,
It's not 100,000 Scovilles or anything like that, right?
No.
Yeah, they're about
Maybe
that.
800.
I'm a green pepper guy and a sweet pepper, red pepper kind of guy, but that's it.
Oh, cayenne's way hotter than that, than the Anaheims.
Not cayenne, just regular green peppers and the red sweet peppers.
Oh my god.
Yeah, our Walmart got their plants in yesterday.
Anaheim's range from 500 to 2,500 on the heat scale.
Yeah.
What do green peppers rate in?
0.
Perfect then. They're great for chili.
Yeah, because you're basically green. Well, technically, all peppers are green. They start off that way, and then they change to whatever color they're supposed to be.
Bell pepper then. Green bell pepper.
Yeah,
Yeah, I figured that's what you meant with bell pepper. Standard capsaicin pepper. Or
Thank you, Grace.
pepper.
I
Yeah, those
didn't
are
clarify,
0.
but I mean, to me, green pepper is bell pepper.
Yeah, did you hear that? Well, I said, I'm a pepper. She's a pepper. Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too?
Dr. Pepper?
I hate Dr. Pepper. I do not like Dr. Pepper one bit.
I liked it until I found out what was in it.
The prunes?
No, there's no prune juice in it. No.
And there is.
No.
Yep. The 23 flavors, one of them is prune.
Nah. They already said it's not in there.
Well, I don't like the taste or the flavor of Dr. Pepper at all. And people keep on giving it to me when I go through McDonald's from time to time. And I will stop, get out of my car, go back into that thing and say, this is Dr. Pepper. I didn't order Dr. Pepper. It's disgusting. I don't know how you guys like it, but if you do, that's fine. But
it's
not
fine.
me.
I
You like
don't drink sodas anymore. I don't really like the flavors anymore.
No, my favorite
Well,
is Cactus
right
Cooler.
every once in a while, if you're sick, is not too bad.
No, my favorite is Cactus Cooler.
What is it? What?
Cactus Cooler.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's pineapple orange soda.
Ugh.
There was one way back in the day called Simba
Whatchamacallit.
that
Yeah.
was really good. It was like lemonade and Mountain Dew and orange juice mix. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah, especially with vodka in it.
No alcohol.
10 extra shots of vodka? Yes, please.
I did give away 2 bottles of wine last week, though, when I went to go over the last weekend when I went to my sister's. A bottle of Pinot Grigio and a bottle of Cab. My niece appreciated it.
You want to get my nachos?
No, I told you, I'm full.
Something about eating nachos?
I shouldn't eating the burrito, but I did. And I still got my 2 burritos for lunch tomorrow. Yeah, I ordered enough for lunch tomorrow.
Nice.
I am going to be.
So they'll be here tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to be not eating about from 10 o'clock on tomorrow night.
That'll be fun. 24-hour fasting before you.
No, they said
I
8
don't
hours.
understand why. That makes no sense. Like, they're doing knee surgery. What does.
Because he's be under anesthesia. You don't want you throwing up.
They don't want anything to interfere with the anesthesia. So
No, they just don't want him waking up halfway through surgery because of.
I don't want to wake up through surgery either. But
Well,
I haven't been able to take any ibuprofen or anything. So my knees the other day hurt like hell. I was basically bedridden for the day. So it sucked.
yeah, right there. Same thing. So you don't
Huh?
so you don't regurgitate during surgery.
Probably I've done
Under the anesthesia, yeah.
No, I don't plan on eating much anyways. More of a liquid thing. And they have me drinking a Gatorade, half a Gatorade before the night before and the rest of it in the morning. And it's like really, really terrible kind. So I told them I don't drink zero sugar Gatorades. I don't care who they are. I'm gonna swap it out for a regular one.
Yeah. So, Cliff, have you gotten your plans down for your garden yet? Because I have not.
I got some stuff in the works. I went and bought when I was at Lowe's the other day. Yeah, well, basically yesterday. I was checking on seeing if they got any of the trees, the little trees in yet. Nothing so far. They'll probably start pulling all my stuff in another week or two. But bought me a deeper planter so I can set next to the shade house so I can grow on that trellis. Because the ones I have are too shallow. I need something with a deeper root system for my plants, for my beans. Because I want to grow beans on that side. But I did pick up 2 sets of onions. I picked up, I think, yellows and sweets. Let me check.
Yeah, no, I need to get mine out in the next few days.
This is what they gave me, Jason.
You can keep it.
I don't care for the zero, so I'm gonna swap it out for a regular one.
I'm surprised they didn't give you Pedialyte.
No,
You know what? Now I know what that onion is.
this they actually give me choice between one and these. I don't like them. I like orange Gatorade, and that's it.
Down at the bottom. Can't get it. I now know what this onion is.
Did you have to drink half of it, Grace?
I've had this onion sitting in here for over a year, and I could not figure out what kind of onion it is.
It's yellow.
It's appealing.
No, it's a sweet onion
Oh, those were great for cooking.
because that has that absolute round circular form as the sweet onions do.
Mm-hmm. The
Well,
yellow.
that's the sweet onion, and then I do have the yellow onion, so I got 2 bags of onions.
Okay, stupid question. Not sure if you could do it or not. When you finally get done making your Italian seasoning again, could you send me a couple of those sweet onions? I think they would be great in a stew.
I mean, I can try to ship onions. Don't know how well they'll do. Going from my heat to whatever your temperature is going to be. Because usually when they ship these, they ship vegetables in refrigerated trucks.
Not onions.
Hi, Cecilia.
Good evening, Cecilia.
Good thing you started talking about what you were eating before she got here, Cliff.
Yes, sure. Go ahead. Spoil it.
But yeah, I still got to get this guy planted. It's still trying to grow sitting in here, which is crazy.
You getting ready for bed, hon?
But yeah, I got onions are wanting to plant. Getting the chickens started, I priced a lot of that stuff. Yep. You got the multicolored blend.
Yes.
Nice.
Should be what 80 in here. 100 bulbs.
Jesus.
Are they all the same kind or just different color?
Oh,
Different
they're all
types?
varieties. I got the yellow, sweet, red, white, and
They're just the bulb, though, right?
yeah, they're just the bulbs. Yeah, they're just tiny little bulbs,
They're
little seeds. Or
I got
roughly
a
the same
weird
size as a
question.
garlic clove.
Can the stalks or stems or whatever they're called be used to cook with too?
Yes.
yes,
Okay, I wasn't sure.
That's the green onion part of the onion.
Okay,
What do you think I use for the seasoning, for the Italian seasoning? That's one of the ingredients in the Italian seasoning.
okay. Rob's on the road says backpack them. I don't think he has a vacuum seal.
Yeah, I don't have one. But yeah, so I was pricing chickens. Sadly enough, they were completely out of chickens and ducks at Tractor Supply. Because apparently everybody and their grandma is doing the exact same thing I wanted to do. Because egg prices are so ridiculously stupid high due to, we'll just say, government.
a chicken shortage.
Yeah, chicken shortage.
Shortage.
Which I'm pretty sure was not accidental.
Question for you, Cliff, on that one. You said your neighbor has chickens, correct?
Yeah, over there. I only got a couple of them though.
Does he have a rooster too, or no?
I don't know if he still has the rooster or not. I haven't seen him over there.
No. Where the reason is. If you figure you can talk to your neighbor about getting maybe a couple fertilized eggs and go hatching them that way. That way you can get some, do some trading and get a couple.
Yeah, I'd have to. I would need an incubator to get them to grow, and that would be more space that I don't really have to use at the moment.
Well, I thought it was an option. Maybe he could hatch some up for you. Some
I
chicks
had
for you.
considered that. I'm just going to keep checking back at Tractor Supply. They can't be that. So with Tractor Supply, I have to buy a minimum of 6, regardless, because that's
You
just.
guys have a Tyson's or something like that besides?
No, I don't have a Tyson's
Oh,
down here.
Tyson's
We have
is in
Tractor
West.
Supply.
We have both. So we have a Tyson's here, but we also have a Tractor Supply in Des Moines. But
And you also have a Menards in that area too, right?
But I don't know if Menards does the chickens though.
Yeah, I mean, it might in Canada or whatever, but that they got Canadian Tire for that. So, but yeah, so I'm looking at minimum price of about $600 to start off chickens. That's on the low end. If I went with the more upscale side, I'd be looking at about $800 to almost $1,000 just to get chickens going.
Wow, that's a lot.
But that's if I decided to go with, because one of the coop that I want's $3.99, and it's big enough for what they say 6 chickens, which is fine if I'm starting off with the 6 chickens. I'd have to get that, the feeders, blah blah blah, and all the rest of the stuff. So I'm looking at about $600 to $800. Well, sorry,
All right, Deb.
about $400 or $500. All right, take care, Deb. Have a good one.
Okay.
And then if I went with the slightly bigger one, if I decided to get 12 chickens, that coop is $700. Plus all of the stuff that I would need, heat lamp, bedding, food for the chickens, blah, 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 all that. So I'm looking at 800 minimum, 1,000 absolute max. If I decide to get like $200 extra worth of random stuff for them.
Okay, Cliff, I've just did some research on the places that sell chickens in your area besides Tractor Supply.
I have a lot of feed stores down here, but they're not within, they're like 30, 40 minutes out of my way.
Well, I'm not sure where they are compared. I mean, I could look it up, to be honest, but there's one over on the, let's see here, Los Ranchos de Albuquerque, New Mexico, whatever that means.
Yeah, it's one of my local feed stores. That's 30 minutes out of my way. That's up by where I work.
Yeah, that's Dan's Boots and Saddles.
Yes.
And there's their other one is on Isleta Boulevard, Southwest.
Yeah, that one is quite a ways down the street from me, and I mean quite a ways down the street.
Okay, what about 4th Street Northwest?
Up by where I work, again, 30 minutes out of my way. 30, 40 minutes, and that's the Tractor Supply. That one's over there off of Griegos.
Now, this one's the Hay Ranch.
Yeah.
And there's okay, I can't pronounce this one. This one's Saavedra. I can't pronounce that. Cervada Road, Southwest. That's the Chispas Farms.
Oh yeah, that one's way down there.
Okay. 2nd Street Northwest. The Horseman's Feed and Supply.
Again, by where I work.
Quality Baits and Pond Fish.
That one's about a 15, 20-minute drive.
That's on Quality Baits and Pond Fish. That's on Sleda Boulevard again.
Yeah, that one's another one, but
You got quite a few on Sleda, apparently. Because
that sells more emus than anything else.
Yeah. For us to go get chickens, we have to drive all the way across town.
I got about a half a mile.
That's the yard.
Up the hill and to the right.
Go across the yard.
Yeah, 8 months ain't that bad. I'd be okay with that.
It depends if you're going for straight eggs or you're going meat and eggs.
Whether I'm going for straight eggs or not, once they're done laying, they turn into meat birds anyway.
No, but some of them don't lay. Some meat birds don't lay as well.
I don't need birds to lay. I don't need 6 chickens to lay a dozen eggs every day.
Right. That's why I was wondering about. You were asking about your neighbor. If they've got some way of to fertilize some eggs for you to hatch them out for you.
Yeah, I would have to incubate all of that stuff, and I don't know how well that would work.
They hatch them out for you. All you do is pick up the chicks.
Yeah, he's gonna be hatching them for himself.
Well, if you buy them, it might.
That's why he has a supply that doesn't run out. And at 8 months, that would put them pretty much winter time again. Right at the start of winter.
Yeah, so they
Not
don't
only
lay
getting a handful of eggs every couple of days.
Yeah, Deb had to make her last comment because she knows more about birds than most of us.
Yeah, I don't know about chickens to have chickens.
So that would be like, again, because we're February, so that would put me in October before they would actually start producing. I might get like a good month maybe out of them producing decently before they start going into winter laying, which is maybe
that can be changed with
day.
lighting schedules. I've been watching videos where they have lighting inside the coops. That can
they keep them warm.
And they keep light on it. You keep the light daylight night schedule more.
No, you still want to give your chickens time to relax and rest. You don't want light on them 24/7. The heat lamp,
No.
they'll stay warm.
Just like regular times, instead of getting dark like it does in some places, even in the winter time, like here.
I'd rather just get my chickens used to the time, to the hours that we have here. That way they have work scheduled for 3 years. We don't have to keep trying to train them every season to either grow or poop out eggs longer or start earlier.
Yeah, I've also seen people who use plastic eggs to help them get it started. By throwing in a fake egg.
Yeah, they have ceramic ones there, which is really funny.
Well, I mean, whatever. I didn't know what they were made out of, but I mean, I thought they were plastic. But,
no, these ones they sell them. They come in a 2-pack. It's ceramic eggs, and I think those are actually designed probably like you're thinking, is to help induce the chickens to lay, but also I think they're more for use in the incubators to help regulate or hold the heat. So
I don't know.
if you throw a couple of those in there and somewhere down the line you might have a power loss, those will hold the heat to dissipate the heat into the incubator, so you're not potentially losing an entire
batch of eggs.
Yeah, batch of eggs.
Watching this one lady who's got a YouTube short about chickens. And she says she has like a plastic egg that she uses to help with her chickens. And when she gathers her egg, she leaves it there. But then again, she's seen other things in her chicken coop too, like a cat laying on eggs.
Yeah.
Thing is, she doesn't own a cat. It just showed up.
Me too.
Yeah, we just showed up.
The cat distribution system has its own way of doing things. We take volunteers here.
I heard that, Cliff.
That was outside.
Yes, I know. I heard it.
In diesel
What was
trucks.
it?
A
Diesel
vehicle
truck.
going by.
Oh, I couldn't hear. With my hearing being what it is on this side, I'm
That was
just
the
lucky
first
to
time I
hear
heard
anything at all. I can hear some things, but it has to be a certain pitch.
I mean, he's
Otherwise, in the mid range, I can't hear it at all.
I'm surprised nobody's been asking any other questions about the greenhouse today, because that's what the title is.
I asked most of my questions yesterday.
Or gardening.
I did ask
Running.
a lot of questions yesterday, Jason.
Mhm. Yeah.
I got a lot of mine already out of the way. So that's why I asked the oddball ones, like how much it weighed, things like that.
Like I said, second time going around, it went together a lot easier. I still made a couple of oopses.
Are you going to have to till the ground it's being sat on, or are you just going to just let it mow over, or what's the deal?
No, it's like going in an area that was already a garden before.
Oh, okay.
So it's just a flat ground with plastic on it. It's going right down there on top of it.
I think that's the spot where you had the corn garden like the year before when we.
Oh, no,
went
it's
to
on the other side of the house where it's protected by the wind.
Ah, okay.
So it's going to have a flat sheet of plastic on the bottom? On
Yeah.
the floor?
Mhm.
Okay. I thought you might have it straight over the ground.
No. Right now, mine's over the ground, but mine's got a sheet of plastic in it, too.
Okay. John Doe 2023.
He's got a lot of birds.
Did you wonder if he had a farm for it?
I've seen people use dog pens and stuff like that. Dog runs and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can use a dog run for chickens. All you got to do is really just cover one section with a tarp, and they're fine. Or chicken wire.
Yeah.
I've seen the chicken tubes. You know, they go like that with the chicken wire like that.
Yeah.
And by the
They're
way,
like chicken runs, basically.
that's when a good air gun is good for keeping the raccoons out. And a good dog-proof trap.
I've seen some houses, like chicken houses, that actually had timers on the doors.
Yes.
They're just like cat and dog doors that they only open up at certain times.
Mom
Don't
says it's a failure.
But her timer,
The gate.
her
Timer gate.
timer gate was an absolute failure.
Who?
I don't know what happened to mother-in-law's.
Oh,
I just found this out just now.
I have no idea. I didn't know she had one. I
Could
just
have
saw
been
the
something wrong.
lady I was talking about
No.
earlier with her chicken.
There's nothing wrong with going out there and putting the chickens away yourself so you can count them all.
Now, I seen a lady who did that with her ducks.
Hmm.
She actually called her ducks, and the ducks would come in and they'd go up into the thing, and she'd close it off. But I've never seen people do that with chickens.
Oh, my mom does that with her chickens.
If you can do it with your chickens, awesome.
Yeah, like I said with John Doe here, with the raccoons, they will actually reach into a fence and grab a chicken and try and pull them through. That's how vicious those raccoons are.
Or they can dig.
They love chicken, man. Same thing with the skunk.
They can dig too.
Yeah, that's why you got to put in that 1/4-inch mesh fencing at the bottom where they
Yep.
can't get their hands in through there. But yeah,
I've seen
those
people
little-
put barbed wire under the ground too.
yeah, like I said, the standard chicken wire with the 1-inch holes.
Yeah,
The
the ones
raccoons
that look
can-
like that.
The raccoons can pull those apart. They're strong enough.
I don't know about the juveniles. The bigger ones, yeah, the full adult ones probably could.
Oh yeah, and they'll shoot right through it and pull it apart and get in there.
Yeah, I think you would have to worry more about the predatory birds there, Cliff, where you were at.
Really, only down here, I think the worst I got to worry about is neighbors' dogs.
You get big birds there in Albuquerque.
Oh, we have big birds, but I see them very rarely. So my neighbor's got chickens for years over there, and I don't think he's ever lost one to a hawk.
Not just hawks. There's other predator birds too.
You know, we
Owls.
have hawks, eagles, owls, turkey, vultures.
We have all those here.
Mhm.
I've seen a few turkey vultures. Kind of odd seeing them down all the way down here because they're normally not in this area.
Well, that's the thing. They go where the food's at.
Yep, right along the highway.
We got buzzed by a bald eagle the other day, which is kind of cool.
We got lots of them here.
We got a lot here too.
I'm still trying to get crows over here. Apparently, I found out that it's illegal in most states to own a crow as a pet.
Mhm.
You can, but you need a license.
You can't stop them from hanging around, though.
Exactly.
You can feed them. They can't say you can't.
It's not a pet. It's a flock of crows that I have befriended. There's a reason too that people don't want that the states have deemed it illegal to own them is because they're smart.
Well, like
And they
John
bring you
says,
stuff.
Yeah.
I've seen somebody who actually had a crow. They fed crows to help their chicken flocks because they will protect their chickens.
Oh yeah, they will go after the hawks. They will swarm the crud out of them.
Yeah, they'll harass them to make them go away.
But yeah,
And also-
that's one of the main reasons why they don't let you own crows as actual
Yeah,
physical pets. Is because
Crows and ravens, our mortal enemy is the owl. They will fight to the death.
Down here, it's the freaking owls and the freaking roadrunners. Oh my god,
Those things are
roadrunners
vicious.
are d-bags down here sometimes.
Oh yeah,
It's basically a miniature version of a freaking ostrich.
You have to have a special permit to have either a raven or a crow in the United States.
yeah.
I think it's considered.
Well, they're obtainable, but still.
Yeah, that special permit basically assesses or states that you're a freaking bird handler.
It says that you need a federal migratory bird rehabilitation permit.
Yeah, bird
And
handling permit.
And I believe
But
you
here's the
have
thing about
to
the regular. You must be 18 years old and you must have 100 hours of hands-on experience rehabilitating a crow. But I don't know if you can. But the permit is for actually owning one.
Yeah, you can
But I have
volunteer at the
people,
local.
Rehab them all the time.
Yeah, you can volunteer at the local rehab and earn your hours that way.
I don't need to. I'm still trying to befriend the ones at work. I see them all the time. I'm always
We
giving
have
them free
like
food.
2 or 3 that hang out in our backyard.
Oh, well, Grace. Yeah. The turkey vultures. Turkey vultures are huge,
Oh yeah,
they are.
they're ugly looking creatures too.
and they smell too.
I don't
Yeah,
know
they
about
smell like-
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Crap. Sorry.
Are you going to drop on us here?
No.
You might.
You look like you're on your desk
He'll
door.
sleep
there.
good tonight.
I'm just tired. I was
But
outside
get-
watering all my plants today.
Go to bed.
So I have pizzas and a taco.
Okay.
I'll sleep enough when I'm dead.
What do I do?
Eat him tomorrow for lunch.
Yeah, like I said, this one guy I saw, he helped a crow with a broken wing, rehabbed it, let it go. Now it follows him everywhere he goes.
Oh yeah, probably got friends too that follow. It's probably not just the only crow. He's probably like 5 or 6 or probably
Oh,
a
yeah.
dozen of them.
That's okay, Des. It's understandable. I've done that.
The whole
But these
taco?
guys going to attest to that, especially this one.
Or is
I
it
fell
your-
asleep on my
It's
own
a
line.
litter of crows. Yes.
Yeah, this guy fell asleep 20 minutes into a live, leaned back in his chair, and that was the end of it.
And it was
So-
his life.
I was out for I don't know how long.
You were out for. I think you told me the next day you woke up at like 2 o'clock in the morning. We're still sitting in the chair.
Welcome
I
back, Daz.
That's why I try to, when I'm doing my lives, I try to lean forward. Because if I go back, then I know I'm in trouble.
Me too. As soon as I sit back, I'm out.
Yeah, Molly has that same issue too.
Leans back and done.
Oh, if I have my feet up, it's even faster. 'Cause I have to support my knee and everything else. Now, that's going to change next week, but because I won't be able to sit in my chair as much. I'll be laying, they want me to lay down in my bed.
Get the S&M hanging from the ceiling. Keep your leg up.
Nope. Gotta be, my legs got to be flat, actually. They don't want any support from the
I'm
back.
teasing you. I'm teasing you.
Well, I'm just going by what I was told.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, there's all kinds of stuff out there for gardening. You can have friends. Just the problem is you got to keep an eye on well, like a lot of the big birds, especially if you're planting corn. They like to pick them right when they're about 2 inches tall and eat them.
What do you do to prevent that?
Shotgun.
A cage
Well,
over the top of it.
Or is that allowed where you're at, Cliff?
What, shotguns?
Discharging it in the city limits.
No, technically not, but like that ever stops anybody.
Just pop a balloon.
That too.
Well, here I've seen people use the metal pie tins, not the aluminum ones, but the old school tin ones, and
Mhm.
and an air rifle.
That's why I have the saw blades out there.
Yeah, Jason does
You
a saw
shoot 'em,
blade
right?
pellet rifle.
Yeah, the saw blades. Oh, they ring.
Yeah.
The deer don't like them. And I don't even have to hit it with a high-powered one. Just a
TS-12. I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah, John Doe, you want to hang a few bars on that one? Because that one's, we have no idea what you're talking about. Unless that's the type of permit.
Now, like I said, unless you have crow friends to help protect your animals, your birds, whatever, or even your garden, they'll help you do that. But I don't know. It's up to you on that kind of thing.
Yeah, for the most part, I don't really see birds. Don't pick at my stuff. I have to worry about the squirrels when them little turds pop in and out.
Hey, those guys are fair game.
Well, okay, you're going to be doing your sunflowers this year, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That's what you're going to have to worry about because birds go after those things like nobody's business.
Yeah, they go after them when they flower. Which, by the way, I already got one in the greenhouse that's like this big around.
Ooh.
Full of pollen, smushed up against the side of the greenhouse door or wall. It's got so much pollen on it that the pollen's actually fallen off onto one of the leaves, and the whole leaf is like almost completely yellow.
You should save some of that pollen.
By the way, with your sunflowers, when they go to seed before September, make sure that dove has a black collar around its neck.
Pow.
Because you can save those guys.
Oh no, I popped the doves. I can't stand those things. I don't care what color it looks. If it's a dove, I pop it. If it's annoying and pissing me off, it's gonna get a bullet. Hey, Shani, how's it going?
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, so yeah, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I also did the hour before, for showing the different types of air rifles you can use for pest control or for fun, plinking, or small game hunting. I mean, they're perfect for that. Nice, quiet, and you can use those in areas where you cannot use a powder burner.
What about a paintball?
Yeah, check your local laws first.
Well, I've seen somebody who actually put pepper
balls
in the
doesn't work for birds.
Huh?
Doesn't work for birds. Because birds have no taste buds for capsaicin.
But the thing is, their eyes should be still susceptible, right?
I don't think so. Like I
I
said,
think they have the wrong receptors.
Those pepper balls are expensive.
What about using something else like a actual?
Just a pellet gun and a steel blade. It just hit the steel blade. The noise is enough to make them go away.
Problem is where I'm at, I have a lot of windows and vehicles, so I can't just put like a random piece of saw blade out somewhere and just start shooting that because I don't want to deal with it.
You do have to have a good backstop.
And knowing you, it might ricochet straight back at you.
Well, you can put it inside of a box that's open on one side and recess that into the box, and that box will catch it.
Okay, what sound does a pellet trap sound like when it gets hot? Hit.
A big thump.
Would that be enough?
I can demonstrate that sound right now.
If you would, please.
It's the same thing if you put like a couple of pieces of cardboard in the bottom of a paint can and shot the paint can.
Well, I just want to know what it sounds like. Would it be enough? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's kind of more. That one's kind of more like a dull thud.
Well, he said he's got one. He can demonstrate.
Yeah, I got a trap right here inside the shop.
Yeah, it's a dull thud.
Well, I just want to know if it would be enough.
The problem is you're going to hear it and hit the tin almost simultaneously.
Right. Well, normally you wouldn't be this close where you're at, but
Yeah. So you hear the metal ting?
yeah, it's loud, but not loud enough.
It's a dull thud, is what it is.
What if you put it in like a spoon or something hanging from the front?
A what?
A
Spoon.
spoon.
Oh, shit, that's a pretty small target. You're going to have a good air rifle to hit that one.
You're just that good, Jason. Just admit it.
I know. I can shoot little itty bitty mice. Yes. On the move.
Or you could use something other than a spoon. You could probably like a spatula or anything metal.
Yeah. Like I said, use an old frying pan. Shoot the inside of the frying pan.
Not
and
cast
spalling
iron,
will-
folks. Don't do cast iron.
Well, you can.
No, that's just a front to cast iron.
So I have them outside, but they're split.
Oh,
It's
the
actually
crack.
cracked. Yeah. So
Okay.
you can actually set that up hanging on a post, and you would shoot the inside of it. So when the spalling hits it, it hits the edges of the pan and just falls to the ground.
Yeah. You don't even have to use a high power air rifle for that.
No, you can just get the cheapy one from Walmart, the little pump up
Even a
one.
BB gun would work.
Daisy,
Technically.
yes, a BB gun, yes, a Daisy 880 will work. It's just enough to give it that sudden pop sound and something hitting metal in that vicinity, and it'll chase the birds away. You don't have to shoot the birds themselves.
Yeah, Ian's got that Crossman one that
Yeah.
you know about.
Unless it's a Sterling or a house sparrow.
Starling or Sterling?
Starling.
Okay.
The
You
black
said
starlings? Oh, sorry, Sterling. Starlings. The males are going to be black. The female is going to be a brownish tan color towards the black or gray. You got the Eurasian colored dove, which is going to be the dove with the black ring around its neck. And then also house sparrows. But please make sure you identify that as a house sparrow 100%.
We don't.
Because-
Sparrows are not allowed to be shot at here. Pigeons are.
Yeah, pigeons is another invasive species, but the house sparrows is also an invasive species. Same thing with the starlings and the Eurasian colored dove.
Basically, glorified pigeon.
Basically, a pigeon is a rock dove. But yeah, those are the four main that you see them. You're kind of supposed to take them out. It's an invasive species.
I got finches everywhere down here, so I don't have to.
Yeah, no, the
Finches and
finches.
sparrows. I like the sparrows on the finches.
Yeah, like I said, they got the other the sparrows, but you got to make sure because some of them are native here to the U.S. that look similar to the house sparrow. So make sure you know your invasive species.
Yeah, like I said, mainly I just go for the doves and the pigeons because they piss me off.
Okay, now here's something weird. We actually have a crow season here, which is really weird. You can't have one as a pet, but you can shoot them and eat them.
Yeah, it makes great with manwich.
Yeah, it's also a stupid idea because if you piss off one crow, you've
I
pretty
know.
much pissed off 500 crows.
Oh yeah, you're pretty much excommunicated once you find out they find out you're doing that. But pigeons, continuous open season.
Just not inside of city limits, folks. Unless you're licensed. Yes, Sterlings are bullies. What they'll actually do is once you have a native bird nesting inside of a nest, the starlings will actually go in, kick out their eggs, lay their own eggs, and then fly away and have the native birds hatch the starling eggs.
Yep. 'Cause they're
Oh
innocent.
wow, you might like this one, Jason. There are no restrictions. There are no specific rules regarding hunting locations, methods, or other limitations on hunting pigeons here in Iowa.
But like I said, some municipalities have ordinances that you cannot use projectile stuff inside of city limits. Please check your local laws and regulations.
That's what I just did. What it
Yes.
says.
Uh-huh.
Now, how much do you know?
Don't think we have martins down here, but then again, I could be wrong. But yeah,
But yeah, like I said,
we'll be planting corn. We'll be planting sunflower seeds.
I was in the pest. Yeah, I was in the pest control world. I know what they are to take care of them. Like I said, you gotta. Most places, if you're within the city limits, usually you got to be licensed and you got to be wearing certain clothes and at certain times during the day, certain locations, so that the public isn't quite aware of what's actually quite going on.
Yeah, incognito.
Yes.
I gotta see if I can find those seeds.
I mean, like I said, Rob is here in the chat. I think Rob is still here in the chat, but I do know they do have contracts with certain pest control companies. They actually go in the city at nighttime to remove the excessive pigeon population.
I'm trying to find out.
Like I said, I will try and usually chase them away first before I have to dispatch them. Dispatch is the last ditch effort. Well, that's being integrative pest management. You want to find a deterrent first, and if that doesn't work, then you go to that method. And in some cases, if it's going to be like a large game animal, you document what's actually going on, take videos, take pictures, and you can actually get a nuisance animal tag in some locations.
I'll be right back.
But you got to go through the Department of Natural Resources, your DNR, your Fish and Game. Even though they are rare to go out, they do submit tags for that. And then once it's done, then you got to let your local DNR know, hey, okay, I have taken that tag, I've removed that problem animal. They come, they check it out. Unfortunately, it does take up a lot of their time when something like that comes up. And that is the legal way to do it. Hold on, wait a minute. Legal.
I still can't find anything that says I can't.
What?
It might be pigeons in city limits.
Like I said, within a municipality, usually they'll have an ordinance.
But it's not a municipality. It's a city here. We have to call it different.
Municipality, yes.
They don't call it that though.
All cities are a municipality.
They don't call it that though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have nothing on pigeons.
Now, John Doe, where exactly are you? Without giving away your exact location. Let me get rid of some of these tabs here. Hey, Hank, how you doing?
Hey, Indiana. Southern Oregon.
Southern Oregon coast. Okay, so he's not gonna be. He's only a couple hours away from Earl.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that. Yeah.
Yeah. And when we're talking about Earl, we're talking about the reef rubber. And also Hitch by Hitch, Barbie in Oregon. Who else is that one? My Style of Baits. They're all up there in the Pacific Northwest. Actually, we've been nice and beautiful the last past 2 days. We're up in the mid 70s down here in Southeast Texas. Our next rainstorm is probably going to be Monday into Tuesday, and it might go severe. We don't know yet.
It's 37 degrees here.
Yeah. Put it this way, my greenhouse is 56 degrees and no heater on, no lights on. It'll be the first night in several weeks.
It was 60 degrees on Friday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're supposed to get a quick little warm up, and then it's supposed to drop off again, especially for you guys up there in the north.
Well, I've got to wear shorts when I go to my surgery.
Yeah.
So I'm wearing my shorts and my sandals. Just trying to find something comfortable to wear while I'm in surgery and stuff. That way I don't have to worry about it.
I would stay away from Austin. I would go into the probably East Texas, away from the major metropolitan areas. Be a little bit more out in the open. I mean, the people here are extremely friendly here. I mean, they accepted us pretty quick here.
Actually, when I was stationed in San Antonio, they weren't too bad there.
That was a long time ago. Austin has got some issues going on right now.
Well, I said San Antonio, so
Yeah. Austin, San
that was mostly
Antonio,
military people because they like military people
Houston,
there.
and Dallas are all, the big major metropolitans. They've become more political.
Well, when I was there, they were dealing. I was dealing with two different times. I was there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was there in the Air Force and Army, so I went down there twice.
I grew up in rural. I went to the major metropolitan areas. I earned my living. Then I just retired back out in the wild.
Yeah, I lived in Phoenix too, so I understand what it's like there. It's crowded.
Yeah, my big first city I lived in was Sacramento.
Mine was where was mine? Let's see.
Geez, honey, just think that was 30 years ago.
I think Phoenix and Mesa were the two biggest ones for me before San Antonio.
Oh yeah, that's all one big major metropolitan area now.
Then I got Monterey, California.
Mm-hmm.
That's a different one altogether. Not as big as some of the places I've been to in Germany, though. Some of the those places over there were really, really big. But the streets are really, really narrow.
Yeah, so Hank has got some rain coming in tomorrow. Yeah, it was cloudy. Well, we had the fog advisory past 2 mornings.
Bowie?
Yeah.
I don't know where Bowie is.
Bodie?
No, Bowie.
Oh, Bowie, yeah. Yeah, okay.
Like Jim Bowie.
Yeah, I know about it.
I don't know anything about where it's at, so I can't tell you. Never heard of it.
Idaho.
Oh.
I don't know. No, like I said, even the place
I'm
where
from Iowa, though, myself, so Iowa's different. I mean, we got 3 different states. Here we got, Albuquerque, New Mexico, Southeast Texas, center of Iowa.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why we moved here. It was a decent price. Like I said, everything's almost all paid off. I mean, within the next few months.
You're going to have a mortgage burning party?
Oh, no, I'm going to frame it. After I put some holes in it. Like I said, it's going to free up a lot more funds to do other stuff that needs to be done. Stuff I've been waiting on for a couple of years.
Adding a second story on your house.
No.
Add a full-on basement.
I have plenty of room now. I don't need any more room. I just
Jason can't put a basement in his area.
No, I can't. No, I can't.
So no digging, huh?
No, it'd be underwater. I have to pump the water out all the time. It'd be too much humidity.
So
Or
no
it lives
little
in a
tiny home for a
floodplain.
shop in the backyard, then, huh?
Well, put it this way. My water table is shallow here.
I lived in a place like that.
Mm-hmm.
Where I grew up, the water table was really, really high, and we had a creek across the street. And every time it rained, our backyard would flood about 3 feet. It was like a
Yeah, that's
swimming
Jason's
pool.
yard.
Yeah.
Yes, we
Well-
never had any fish or anything. It just,
So I got fish in the creek right there along the edge of the property. which is awesome.
Congratulations, Grace.
Oh, same thing with Grace too. Hers is paid off in July.
Hope you have a mortgage burning party. I've heard about those people doing that, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I would not want to sell it, burn it at all, because I would have proof that I paid it off, kind of situation.
That's why you make a copy.
Yeah,
Burn a copy.
yeah. You burn the copy.
I heard about this one couple that bought this house and they were paying on it for years, almost had to pay it off. Then they find out through the city that their house got sold because the people who built it on the wrong lot.
Mm.
They end up getting their house back, but they end up costing like $69,000.
Okay. I do not know how to pronounce that name, but hello.
Juten Den?
Judy Dan. Dan.
Hi, I'm Colin.
Jason here. So, yeah. Hello. How you doing? Like I said, we were talking about the greenhouse earlier, and it's still open chat. I just wanted to keep my two things separate from over the week I've been doing.
So
I just-
in the new
episodes.
greenhouse, once it's set up, what are you using for thermal mass in there?
This upcoming right now or next year?
But the new one, when you get it finally set in
Oh
location.
no, that's up to the mother-in-law. That's her. That's a gift to her.
Oh, so she
That was a
doesn't know-
Mother's Day present. Yeah.
Okay, she don't know what she plans on using. She was
Nope.
in here earlier, wasn't she? Or was that your sister?
That was my sister-in-law. Yes,
Okay, I keep on getting them
right
mixed
there.
up.
She's saying good night, everybody.
Okay.
So yeah, like I said, that's up to them how they want to heat it. But this upcoming year in my greenhouse, I'm going to try a 55-gallon drum with water in it for the first year and see how that works. Second year, if it actually works, I might do a radiator fluid
I've seen somebody use sand,
just to keep it from rusting.
like rain barrel style barrel with sand in it.
Want me to brush you?
Well, Jason, are you going to get a full sealed barrel with just the holes, or are you going to get one with the metal lid that has that band that straps on underneath the line?
No, I'm going to get the one with the holes in it because I might try and experiment later on, where I might go ahead and do a small pump through a radiator in the fan.
Okay.
Oh no, I didn't know. Sorry to hear that about your Nancy Drew books there, Grace. I used to read the Hardy Boys versions.
Yeah.
And the Three Investigators and a whole bunch of others.
Yeah, so I want to see if I can get it to cycle on its own without a pump, just by thermal exchange. One pipe going in further down, then one up towards the top.
Should be able to.
Yeah, through a small little radiator, like a motorcycle radiator or something. You just have it draw it through, go through there, and then have that pipe the cold water go all the way down to the bottom, right where the heater is. Heat that up, and then push that water up and through.
Okay. Sort of like geothermal almost.
Something similar, yes. But if I can get it to cycle on its own, and all I have is 800-watt heater and a 40-watt fan, I'm good to go.
Oh,
That'd be a big old giant savings.
yeah.
And then because if you do full of sand, it's not going to heat up like water does. Water holds far better heat than sand does.
Yeah, but it dissipates heat just as fast.
Now the sand will lose heat faster.
No, I watch a lot of Homestead Rescue where they're using the thermal mass stuff, they've used everything from big giant boulders to the
Yeah.
barrels like you're talking about. But you don't have that option with the big boulders situation. But
No, I don't even have small boulders.
Nobody wants
Exactly.
rocks in their house. Those things explode.
Yeah, like the rocks here are very, very rare. They all has to be brought in.
and you can't afford rocks you need that size.
Jeez. No, yeah. Just the transportation of them alone is more than the cost of the rock.
Because they would weigh more than your minivan.
Well, even if I brought it in by trailer and I rented a truck, just the
Not
cost of
off-road.
renting the truck and trailer, plus the fuel, it costs way more than the rock does. Yeah, I won't even be able to get my soil I wanted this year.
John says there's a person who uses hay bales stacked on 2 outside walls, covers them with
Mhm.
clear plastic to grow citrus.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's
The composting, the bales, the composting.
Yeah.
Provide the heat.
you gotta make sure
I
it's got the
can see that
proper
working.
moisture. Yeah, you gotta make sure it has the proper moisture, not too dry, not too wet. And then you also have to, if it starts getting too hot, you gotta worry about spontaneous combustion. I've
That's when you
seen
got to worry about moisture control. If you got the right moisture control, you ain't got to worry about spontaneous.
Yeah. No, I've seen the spontaneous combustion in hay barns. Not a pretty sight.
I've heard about someone using compost bins and heaps and stuff with pipes that running through them.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the earth dwellers.
Compost heater.
Yeah, the earth dwellers do that.
Yeah.
And that is a Jean something design. I guess he's on.
I don't know the name. I just remember seeing it once.
Yeah, because they mentioned him in his videos.
I've seen them both use it for both their homes as well as greenhouses.
Yeah, now you cannot put the compost pile inside anything. It has to be outside.
Oh, this one was a big.
It gives off noxious gases and poisonous gas that we can't breathe.
They had a lot of
Don't do it
cows
inside.
and other animals that they used. They had to muck out the stalls regularly to maintain and stuff like that. And they said the kids had to turn the compost heap or something.
Yeah, every once in a while, you just got to flip it over.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to use pitchforks for that. They said they were not happy having to do that. They go like a punishment thing for the kids.
But no, it's a necessary thing that you probably might and will have to do.
Now, especially if you're running compost. You always got
Yeah,
to.
they actually had to add water to it because they said that it could get too warm, like you said, Cliff.
Oh, those compost. If your compost is composting the way it's supposed to compost, them things will get up to like 130, 140 degrees.
Yeah, that's
Well,
not what
I
you
think
want.
that's why they were running the pipes through the
Yeah,
compost heap because
And-
it would help draw
and-
some of that heat off.
you will get a runaway thermal effect too if you're not careful.
Yeah, they get hot. I don't have an issue with that. It's funny. I've been running compost bins for like 2-3 years, and my compost bins never get that hot because, despite my level of heat where I'm at, my compost bins always dry out. I have to spray them with the hose.
That's what these guys did. They actually had. I'm not sure if they had hoses or they had buckets. I'm not sure which, but they
Oh,
mentioned-
geez. Oh,
What'd you do?
they put sugar in the tea. Oh, jeez. God.
You got sweet tea.
Oh,
you ended up with sweet tea, didn't you?
no. They got the order wrong.
It's like when they gave me Dr. Pepper instead of Coke.
I'd rather drink.
No,
I'm gonna finish my
nope.
Dr. Pepper instead of that sweet tea.
You can have all of my Dr. Pepper for here on out. I don't touch
Oh,
the stuff.
I am not a fan of sweet tea. I cannot stand that stuff.
I cannot either.
Because almost every time down in this state, when you get sweet tea, it's always raspberry, and I hate raspberry tea. It's
They
nasty.
gave you the raspberry?
Yeah, we got down here sweet tea. There's always every time you order sweet tea, 99% of the time it's freaking raspberry sweet tea.
Yeah.
Only one person gives you the raspberry. Lone Star.
Half sugar, half tea.
Quiet.
Sorry, Cliff. I couldn't help myself on that one.
Oh man, hold on. I gotta eat something to get rid of that sugar.
I've got the whole scene. Only one person gives me the raspberry scene in my head. Sir, we've been jammed. Raspberry.
You forgot about the bleeps, the beeps, the creeps,
And the creep.
sweep.
And the sweeps, yeah. Michael Winslow was awesome in that movie.
That's when he was younger.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can still remember every word he did in that movie, word verbatim. And I think he said he was also in the scene where they were combing the desert.
Yes. He's pissed about that one too, because he's all these other movies that he's been in, and that's what they remember him as the dude that was combing the desert. And he's like, "We ain't found shit."
Yeah. But they remember him mostly for the sound effects that he did. He likes
Yeah, I
that.
can have the sugar from this, but not from the sweet tea. But then again, I've been working on this now since 10 a.m. this morning.
I had a Pepsi that I didn't finish from yesterday. That's the only reason I got that because I
Sorry
got
about that,
a
folks.
6-inch sub from Subway.
It's all good, Jason.
Yeah, I was not expecting. I was actually looking forward to my tea.
Well,
now you're looking
folks,
looking back
I am
at it.
getting tired. I'm getting I get
Yeah.
everything I can from leaning
We got
back.
about 15 minutes left.
Oh, who's dying first there, Colin? Not me.
I knew I would be because I was tired earlier.
I've been tired all day, but I still had work to do. I can't not just because I'm tired.
I just got to pack my gear for tomorrow night and everything else. Do a small load of laundry, make sure everything I need is set,
Man, the heater
and have my medication, all that stuff I need to take with me,
Oh, that actually is middle.
my paperwork and such. But be well, folks. I will hopefully, if you guys see me on tomorrow night, I'll be at the hotel.
Alrighty, and if not,
Alrighty.
well, you're at the hotel.
Yep.
Good night, guys.
All
Okay,
right.
we
Night.
will be safe.
Woo!
Good luck.
Woo! Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't have any plans. I'm just going to do random for my garden this year. Just random.
I have some, but I'm kind of going to go on the fly, but I also have my little booklet down here, so whatever I do, I'll probably keep track of it just so I know what's going on.
Yeah, I'll probably take one of my planter rings and I'll probably pack that full of onions.
Give them at least 2 to 3 inches of spacing between each.
I'm going to do like 2 of them and I'll put them in 50 in each one. I know not all of them are going to go. I already know that.
Yeah.
You know, out of that 3 square feet, there should be enough room for 50 of the onions. And I know I'm going to pick some of them small. And I'll let them go to seed at the end of the year, get all the seeds, and leave them there for next year.
Yep. How's your garlic doing?
Garlicky things.
They're doing garlic things.
Garlicky things?
Yeah.
They're not dead, which is good.
No, they're actually not dead. They're actually doing pretty good.
Nice. Mine are starting to, all of my stuff is starting to pop up now.
Oh, yeah. No, like I said, my garlic is about 14 inches tall.
Jesus. Yeah, mine
And
are
they've been-
barely pushing through the ground cover that I put on top of them.
And you remember, they survived the temperatures down in the lower teens, which surprised me.
Garlic is hardy.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it sets roots before the first frost, it doesn't care about cold afterwards.
Oh yeah, but like I said, they're in a pot, so the pot gets colder.
Yeah.
Or the roots.
That's
And,
how mine are.
But they weren't exposed to the north winds. So
Mine
I
were all
kept
exposed to
I kept
wind.
the wind chill off of them.
But we'll see.
And I had the pot kind of wrapped up in a blanket so it didn't get as cold in the soil. So the soil didn't freeze.
Nice.
All right,
I
Joe.
got you beat on that
Or
one there, Grace. I got a head start on my jalapenos. I've got like 2 or 3 on one of my plants in the greenhouse.
Oh, yeah, like I said, I gotta pick some Anaheims probably tomorrow or Friday for dinner, and I think I got 3 of them. So I went
Make
in
sure you
there.
save the seeds.
Oh yeah, like I said, I went in there to do a second watering today when I went to go close up the greenhouse because they soaked up all the water I left for them already.
Yeah, I went in there with my water in my greenhouse today with a water hose. Watered the plants, super watered a lot of the plants that I needed to water, and flooded the floor because I'm sick and tired of the damn ants.
Oh yeah, which reminds me, I have to get a couple of ants. No, bait stakes for the ants. Get rid of them that way instead of using a spray or something.
Yeah, I'm trying not to
Or,
use the poison on my edible plants, but sometimes I
yeah,
have to.
yeah. I mean, they're pretty bad. I might try the borax first.
Yeah. I'm hoping that by flooding the plant and just letting whatever water was in it just drain out to the bottom, and it'll kill off a lot of the ants. They'll be buried under the compacted dirt, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I
Yeah, I
don't
got
want them
to deal
doing
with
the
those.
same thing to my citrus tree that they did to my last one. It pissed me off. If they kill this one
Yeah,
off, I'm gonna be mad pissed.
yeah, because I got to deal with those fire ants because that's what's in some of the pots. I need to get rid of.
Ooh.
Yeah, so getting anywhere near them to do anything with them is like, yeah, I
You
don't
might have
want
to
to.
just throw some DE on there.
Not just the DE. I'm going to try the boric acid, which is basically borax.
Gotcha.
I
You'll
got a
have to
little
throw a lot
container
of
I can throw
fertilizer
on
on
top.
top of it afterwards.
Yeah, yeah, and like I said, that's way so I don't have to disturb the blooms. Like I said, my radishes went to bloom. I didn't get any radishes; they just went bloom. The bok choy is blooming. I got seeds for bok choy for next year.
Nice.
I didn't get any of the nice, beautiful leaves I wanted. Uh, the daikon radishes are about 2 inches in diameter, and they're gonna start bolting soon. I might pull them out of the greenhouse to keep them from bolting sooner than what I wanted. And I still got a lot of those seeds too. A lot of them I think about just spreading it out on the edge of the forest and just let them go out there. Let them do their thing out there.
Nice.
I'll always have radishes out there. The deer will enjoy it.
Now, if you're gonna do that, you might as well do that with like onions too. Just grab a handful of onion seeds and just chuck it out there and see what happens.
Oh yeah.
Because
Yeah, like,
onions
dealing
will
with it.
take pretty quick. Onions grow quick.
Oh yeah, yeah, and just let them multiply out there. Let them do their onion things out there too.
Yep.
I mean, like I said, it'd be nice if I can get a lot of the bigger trees cleared out, so I have more sunlight in the yard. Like again, that's not my property to do that.
Gotcha.
Because I know somebody who has a mill. One of my coworkers has a mill.
Oh, nice.
Uh-huh. I just got, I really don't have a way to load it up on the trailer because we don't have a tractor. I need to get a tractor. I saw a nice tractors for sale. They're on sale. No, was it, a couple hundred down and no interest for like 5 years.
Jesus.
And that's the Solus. And we have a Solus dealer here in town. I'm going, my
Oh, the
goodness,
Solaris.
I don't, huh?
So you mean
Nope.
Solaris?
Solus.
Solus.
Uh-huh. And yeah, and I wouldn't mind getting, because it was just that one model that they're doing that with. And it'd be almost perfect for what I need because I can get a deck for it too. Because it has a center PTO underneath the tractor, so you can put a deck on there and mow with it.
Nice.
Then you got the forks on the front end, and it'd be a 48-inch wide mower. It'd be hard to get into some of the areas. Yeah, have you tried that little spritzer bottle with Dawn soap on the aphids?
Yeah, done that, and don't bother the bugs. Don't over here. The bugs don't care. They get covered in soap water.
So have you tried the boric acid yet?
No, I don't have borax.
It's a real fine powder, and you get it to mist like a diatomaceous earth.
Yeah, I don't have any borax. Yeah, no, the aphid problem I got rid of when it was warm enough. I took all the plants that I had that stuff on.
Uh-huh.
I set them all out in the yard, and I went out there with. I hate doing this, especially on my food production plants. Is I hit them with poison, and then I waited like an hour, and then I washed those plants thoroughly.
Uh,
Like I
yeah.
flooded them to the top of the containers at least 2 or 3 times, and then I just let all the water just drain out.
Try and leach it all out.
Yep.
Yeah, the problem is sometimes it likes to bond with the organics.
Yeah, but it'll break it down as it grows to the point where it's not really going to cause any problems ingesting it.
I don't think it's that. It's not a mower. It's an actual yard tractor. Actually one step above yard tractor.
Grace, that's funny.
Yeah, Andrew from the Kelly's Country Life has one. He got a new one, and it's the Solus 25HR or HDR or something like that. So it's like a 24 or 25 horsepower tractor, and it's a bright red. And they got dealers all over the world. So they're going to be putting the hurt on John Deere and some of the other manufacturers.
Well, John Deere didn't charge you $200,000 for a damn tractor.
Oh, and then you can't touch it. All you can do is drive it. You can't work on them.
Yeah.
You have to have a dealer come out there, especially if you miss a regen. Then it shuts down. You have to have the dealer come out there and reset it. Yeah, it's a step-up utility tractor. It's got the front bucket on there. It's got the 3-point hitch on the back with a PTO on the back of it, and there's also a PTO underneath as well. And it's got the differential locks. It's a compact tractor.
Yeah, we got for down here. I got Kobuto or Kobuto.
Kubota.
Yeah, Kubota, whatever the hell it is. I got one. I got a dealership not too far from where I work, but again, that's up where I work.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really have the need for a tractor because I don't have a big property. If I had like maybe 5 acres, I might consider getting a tractor. Oh my God, what did PTO stand for? Aside from paid time off, it's something.
Oh, it's power takeoff.
Yeah, there you go, power takeoff. It's similar to a drivetrain, Grace, and it's usually off the back of the tractor. That's usually what runs either the mower blade, or if you have like a scraper or a box grader, it'll run all of the hydraulics, or most of the mechanical stuff on there.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
That's what a lot of the old tractors had, and most of the time you had to. Some of them had a wheel that you'd attach to it, and you just run a belt from one thing to another.
Oh yeah, those old Johnnies, yeah.
Yep. Had that big old freaking flywheel on there, and you had to put the 5-inch wide belt on there.
I'm looking up for that model right now. I'm trying to go through the websites. I think it's this one right here. It's a 24 horsepower hydraulic transmission. You can also get it in a manual too as well, which I actually have. I have to use the manual. I cannot use traction pedals no more. Let's see. I think it is. I can't remember which one exactly it is, but he has on the Kelly's Country Life. I believe it is the Solus H24. It's one of those models. So let me share this stream. Share screen. Yeah, so it's you got these different models here. So that one right there, you know,
That's not a bad little tractor.
no, it's just the right size for a small area. You can get the cab. The cab does cost extra.
Yeah, probably another freaking $5,000.
I mean, yeah, it's just a nice little utility tractor. It's one of their. This is the biggest of the small ones that they make.
3,200.
Anything else, you go a lot bigger. That's when you get into a little bit more. But yeah, it's not bad. Like I said, there's some of the different models. But these are going to be for anywhere between 4 to 20 acres. This would be perfect for doing small stuff, the maintenance. Filling holes in a driveway, moving a little bit of soil, moving a little bit of rock. Another good use is like a little landscape tractor is basically what it is.
Yeah, that's when you get the box grader for the back of it.
Yeah.
Drag that sucker around. That box grader. My neighbor's got a box grader. It's funny. He uses a thing at least 2 or 3 times a year. I see him out there box grading like his property, the neighbor's and like 2 adjacent properties, and then like the neighbor up the street.
Yeah. I prefer the pull behind Gannons than I do the attachment Gannon or the box scrapers.
Yeah, the easiest thing to do to that is get a railroad tie, put 2 eyelets on there, grab a chain, hook that up to it, and then nail a piece of fence on there.
Yeah, that's if you want to smooth things out, but it won't make it flat.
It still drags a good amount of dirt. It'll move it.
It'll move. Yeah, it'll move it. Yeah.
But yeah, you're going to need something a lot heavier if you're going to do if you're doing grading. You need at least a box grader or something that.
Yeah. What's the nice thing is with the tow behinds, you can actually attach a laser level to it, and you can actually get it hydraulically controlled, and it'll keep it at that height. Well, the tractor is moving around like this. The box scraper goes nice and easy, and it'll dip just to follow the grade of the laser. That's how we used to smooth out ball fields. Yeah. You pulling it up?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up.
Yeah. Yeah, there's the one that you put on the 3-point hitch. Then there's one that's a towable. And I prefer the towable ones.
Yeah, this is a 3-point, but this is what a box grader is. Essentially, it's just a big old piece of metal that drags up dirt. You set it at a certain height, and it'll basically pile up against the backside, and then it'll just slowly drag everything forward and level it out.
Yeah, then you also have the rippers there to help break up the soil if you need to remove a large amount of soil.
Yep. Or if you've got like washes.
No. With a box scraper with rippers like that, you're going to need a serious tractor to do that.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't level, it smooths. Some guys are good enough where they can get it really close to being level, but only with the laser level with the tow behind, you can get it level.
Yeah, but those ones you have to have hydraulic systems on there because you're not with that box grader because that's a 3-point connection. You're not going to get a lot of. You're going to get level, but the problem is your tractor as it tilts, it's going to tilt the box too.
Yeah.
So anywhere you got like a steep angle,
Or a hole.
yeah, it'll fill in the hole, but at the same time, the minute your tractor hits one of your tires hits that hole, that box grader is going to tilt and it's going to just fill it into weird.
Yeah, and it took me a long time to get it, over time with the hours, just to get it to do what I needed to do for a box scraper. But yeah, you'll never ever get it level. I mean, you can have the guys out there that have been doing it for 2 decades, and they will not be 100% level.
Yeah, it's always off by a degree or 2 or 3 or 5.
Or you got a hole that might be inch and a half deep, but it might be a couple thousand feet over an acre, and it's hard to tell when you're on the track when you're up high. You'd have to get off and get at ground level and look. That's why you get the laser levelers that are hydraulically controlled.
Yep.
Sweet units. They are a little on the pricey side, but they are well worth it. So we used to have a guy that did our ball fields. Then we ended up with the tow behind, and we actually preferred the tow behind over the box scraper on the back of the tractor, even though they both have laser levels on them. It's just the way that the tractor tilts when it finds a hole.
Yep.
It'll keep digging out that hole when you hit it. Yeah, so because you can get it to float a certain way if you're just gonna be scraping off the top, but you can't get them to dig if it's gonna be like a clay, like a ball field. It's real hard to get them to take off just a little bit each time.
Yeah, because once you get into that heavier material, they tend to want to pull down and scrape off more.
Or ride right over the top of it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, 25-inch grade. Oh yeah, it'll definitely.
Uh-huh.
You'll end up with a hill in the middle of nowhere. You're like,
Yeah.
I swear that was flat when I drove over it.
Yeah. Now the nice thing about the laser levels, you can actually tilt them as well. You can actually put a percentage grade on it. So if you're on the side of a hill, saying that from the top of the hill to the bottom of the hill is a 5-foot difference, but it's over 100 yards, you can tilt that at if you have enough soil, you can do a 3% grade, and you can make it all nice and smooth. Now, the bad thing about that is when you're doing that, as the further out you go, it'll still stay level. It'll be hard to explain. So right where the edges of where you need it to be will still be steep until you run out of soil. So it'll always be at that entire pitch. So you can't round it. Is all I can say. And that's where the experienced box scrapers or pull behind Gannon guys can do. They can round that out pretty nice once they get it to a certain pitch to help distribute that soil. Yeah, there's all things you can do with the tractors. Like I said, that one there also has the PTO underneath, so you can actually buy a deck attachment for mowing.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, like I said, unfortunately here I have flat areas, and I have all of a sudden it goes straight to steep, and I won't be able to mow that with that tractor.
No, because those things are top heavy and they got a short wheelbase. So you get up on that hill, that thing's gonna go. Whoop.
Yeah, and you just can't go this way, then go back up. You can go up it, but the deck won't follow it correctly.
Yeah, you'll have a low spot as you're going down. You'll have it all shaved, but the minute your front tire hits that, you're not going to get until both tires are on that same side.
Mm-hmm. So you'll have a little bit of taller grass. So, like I said, for my yard, I think the biggest I can go is like a 42-inch deck. Would probably be the maximum that I would go.
Yeah, probably wouldn't need anything bigger than that. Again, unless you're on 10, 15, 20 acres and you're trying to mow that.
Now, if it's all flat, I can do all that with a regular, brush hog mower, rotary mower.
I don't know if I would want to sit there and try to mow 40 acres or even 10 acres with just a standard ass mower.
No, no,
I'd
that's
have
one.
to get a zero. You would have to get a zero turn or whatever.
Yeah, because the zero turn I need to get one that's going to be a 42-inch deck. Well, so we can go to like 54. It says no. My ground is uneven. It's not level.
Yeah, if you go with anything wider than what you need, then you're gonna have
I'll
patches where your grass is like 8 inches tall and the other side's like half an inch.
scalping. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, if I get my hands on a Walker mower, 42-inch with the hopper on the back, I'm all for it. I can't afford those.
Yeah, those were expensive.
Oh, they're worth their weight though. But I said they make everything look nice and clean. They pick everything up. You just go and you put it in your compost pile. You suck up all the leaves, and there's also other attachments that you can get for them. You get
Yeah,
snow blowers.
I don't know how that one would work, Grace, if you're using just like a standard line level to do that, because I think unless you have you'd have to level out everywhere you'd go. Would have to level out either the box grader or the mower for something like that without using the or the laser and the hydraulics.
Yeah, like I said, depending on how much square footage that needs to be done or acreage, sometimes it might be easier just to have a professional come in there and take care of it within a few days.
So my neighbor did on hers when she was working on her property. She just had a friend of a friend come in with a tractor and just kind of flatten everything out and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Yeah, like I said, that's I got a lot of experience with that kind of stuff. Like I said, whenever they laser leveled the ball fields, and when we did it ourselves, they had me do it. And I would run over, grab all the equipment from the stadium, bring it all back over to where we needed to go, and I went to work. And I'd be out there all day. All right, Cecilia, have a good night.
All right, good night, Cecilia. Have a good one. Be well, be safe.
Yeah, I think I'll go to the bottom of the hour.
5 more minutes.
20 more minutes.
Yeah, 20 more minutes.
Yeah. I had a good nap today to help get rid of 99% or about 95% of that sinus headache.
Nice.
I do have to take some stuff before I go to bed and make sure I sleep all night and not wake up in the middle of the night with the screaming pressure.
Yeah, I took some Benadryls earlier, so we'll see how long I stay awake.
Yeah.
And I'm already dead tired. Like I feel wiped out
Yeah, you'll probably sleep good tonight.
for like 4 hours, and then I'll wake up. I did take a little bit of a nap before I got on here.
Yeah. Yeah, so like I said, I've got experience doing leveling, sports turf, golf courses, ball fields, renovation of ball fields. What was nice is I actually knew about Xeriscape before I even started with the city, and somehow I got stuck with that too.
Xeriscape is nice and all, but it makes a yard look so boring.
Yes and no. It all depends on what you're going to be planting in there as well.
I mean, I like having plants, actually create, atmosphere and, some free ozone.
Yeah. But like I said, with the xeriscaping around the house, it does heat the house up in the Southwest.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. You got to plant a lot of trees to counteract the heat that it gives off of the rock. Then you got to deal with all the leaves and the rocks and everything else. So.
Oh yeah, it sucks. Trust me, I know.
Yeah. Believe it or not, the easiest, cheapest thing to take care of, believe it or not, is turf.
Yeah, that you just hit with a freaking blower, blow all the dirt off.
Yeah, just with the. It also depends on what kind of trees you plant there as well on top of the rock, what kind of rock it is. Yes, it looks beautiful when it's nice and clean and fresh put in, but after a couple of years, it looks pretty bad.
Yeah,
Especially if you get like a mesquite tree or anything else, or a acacia tree, you get the small little leaves getting those rocks start decomposing. They stain the rocks.
I don't have an issue with the rocks getting stained. It's just after a couple of years, you got to go through and sift out all the dirt from the rocks because, again, I live in an area that's windy, and the wind likes to blow the dirt everywhere.
I guess where the wind likes to blow the seeds in the rocks.
Yeah,
Then you
well,
gotta deal with
we put down a couple of layers of weed barrier, so hopefully that stuff won't even grow in there. But
Yeah.
after about a year or two, they will because there'll be enough soil in there.
Oh, I put down so much pre-emergent every year. I had to just to stay on top of the weeds. And that took up a year. In a year span, that would take up about 10 weeks of my time.
Good Lord.
10 to 11 weeks a year just for pre-emergent.
11 weeks. That is
Yeah, 2.5
a
months.
fifth of the year, or pretty much almost a fifth of the year.
Mm-hmm. 2 times a year. But not only I was treating the rocks, I was also treating some of the turf areas too, just to keep control of the what is it? The
Crabgrass.
no, not the crabgrass, burr clover, and sand spurs, and goat heads
Oh, goat heads are terrible.
in the turf.
Oh, that stuff doesn't care where it pops up.
No, it doesn't.
Wind blows it over there. Bird carries it over there. Gets stuck on somebody's clothes. They rip it out. They pull it off.
Shoes, yeah.
Attach your shoe. You scrape your shoe off over there, and all of a sudden now you got a goat head sticker buried in the grass, and the next thing you know, you got a freaking 5-foot wide bush growing over there with like 400,000 stickers.
Yeah, then somebody walks across it with their flip flops and just spread it all over the place.
Yeah. Or their Crocs, because everybody and their grandma apparently likes to wear those ugly shoes.
Yeah, like I said, if it got into the playgrounds with the sand, I would go in there and I would pull it out by hand.
Oh, you have to.
Mm-hmm. Or if I caught it early enough, I had a tiny little sprayer. I'd quick hit it with the Roundup. And that usually did it in pretty good.
I see them around here. What I do is I just use the front side of my shoe and I just kick it off to the side, and it usually rips out most of the root. They won't grow back after that.
Yeah. So I also mixed in a little bit of pre-emergent in there with that too. And give it a good shake, give it a little squirt.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. And that usually took care of that spot for a while. Yeah, but a lot of the stuff that grew in the playground sand, I usually took care of all of that by hand. But yeah, like I said, I was taking care of 386 acres by myself for about 5 years, and it wore me out.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, and I said I talked to one of the guys last year, and they said, "Oh my goodness, the weeds." So they didn't keep up with my program.
Stupid.
And I left the program there for the person behind me. When to do it, how much to use, everything. Left all my logs there so they can read it.
And they still didn't even do it right.
Yeah, Grace, it took I would come home, I would be tired. But like I said, most of it was turf, so I just took care of basically the areas that were the sports fields, the xeriscape areas, which would be all the rock, sometimes the facilities, bee calls. I'd help out the guys with the irrigation system, so I had that knowledge. They'd call me, "Hey, we got bees in the valve box," and I'd have to go and rescue them. The coworker, not the bees.
Right.
Because they'd open up the box early in the morning and they got swarmed.
Yeah, that's usually when they're a lot active in the first thing in the morning when it starts to warm up.
Oh no, this is before the sun would come up. I get like 2 calls. I said I can only go to 1. So just flag off the others. I'll be there as soon as I can. I mean, there was one day I had 6 calls in one day,
Jesus.
and I'm usually there for an hour for each call. All right, Des. Good night.
Des leaving too. Good night, Des. Be well, be safe. Hope you're feeling better.
43 days.
43 days, Des. 43 days. Oh yeah, Grace. I let that go a long time ago. I just have the memories. A lot of them were good. Some of them are sad. Sometimes I miss the coworkers of how we used to get towards each other. I can't do that where I work now.
Camaraderie.
Yeah, the camaraderie is way different. She's counting down the days too, honey.
This is actually not a bad chicken coop.
All right, Des.
Ooh, slide out floor. What? Ooh, it does have a slide out floor. Nice.
Yeah, let's see. Now, listen, I've shown my stuff in the past here. You know, some of the pictures. I did keep a lot of the pictures though. Especially the ball fields, which they no longer have the tournaments for. That's okay. I got my time in the line in the light for that. So I don't have to paint ball fields no more. I don't have to measure them out, burn it out, put the paint down no more. Mixing paint for ball fields, but no, man, I had some of those parks absolutely just gorgeous. You know, all the fertilizer and everything else. Sometimes I miss it. No, they definitely did not step up. Yeah, like I said, for 2 years they tried to call me back. My first 2 years.
At your same seniority.
Yeah, at the same seniority, everything, with a raise to get me to come back, and I said, "No,
Ew.
I'm not coming back." Not even as a consultant to drive back or to go back and forth every couple of months. I go, no, not going to do it.
There's no need to.
Well, I said, no, I gave them plenty of time to get a replacement in there. I gave them 6 weeks. I gave them 6 weeks notice.
Yeah, they can't get it on them. If they can't get it by then, that's their problem.
Yeah. I mean, they try to get a replacement for, or not a replacement, but a coworker for me. Nobody could pass the test. I mean, the test was difficult, but it wasn't hard. They just want to know what you know, what you're supposed to know. That's all it is. Yeah, even when I started with the with Lowe's, I got an unexpected visitor from the golf course up here at Sam Rayburn Lake. Actually came in the store and tried to get me to go over there, and I says, no, I'm not doing it. And they offered me a lot more money too than what I'm making now. I says, no, I'm not doing it. I'm done.
Burned out.
Yeah, I just got burnt out. Yeah, it's great if I'm doing it here at home as a hobby, but no, I don't want to earn a living doing that no more.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do it either.
Yeah, Yeah, I helped a friend until she moved here to keep her yard up. And some of the people there says, how much do you charge? And I says, you can't afford me. I'm doing this for a friend until she's permanently here. And when she was permanently there, I showed her how to take care of everything. And then it was up to her. I mean, it wasn't hard. I told them, no, you guys can't afford me, and I'm not going to do it.
Jason's too expensive.
Well, geez, I was doing that field for 33 years. Started when I was 14.
That is a long time.
It is a long time. And that's why I don't do it for a living no more. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, wouldn't either after that amount of time.
Yep. Alrighty, folks. It's actually getting pretty close. We got 7 minutes left. Anybody else have any questions in the comments that they want to know about, like the vevor greenhouse, gardening, landscaping, pest control?
That sucks, Grace.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
fertilizer.
Yeah, it is. I had to deal with that over there at the Tempe Sports Complex, and they didn't do enough damage to hurt anything, so it wasn't a problem there in Tempe. Yeah, like I said, those rabbits can do quite a bit of damage to a turf. Yeah, they loved the Bermuda. They didn't care much for the fescue. Well, it was weird because they would eat the Bermuda, but when we overseeded with the fescue, they didn't want to eat it.
It's like everything else. It's always taste preference.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. They would go over the clover. They would hit that clover good.
Oh yeah, they'll munch it all the way to the root, to the
Mhm.
base.
Yeah.
Yeah, but rabbit poop is no different than deer shit. It's the same. It's all grass,
Yeah.
grass and berries for the most part.
Yeah. It's not going to be a big problem. It's not like it's going to be chicken or anything else like that can harbor problems. Rabbits, not so much.
Scooter.
It's basically compacted grass.
Yeah.
Little grass pellets.
It's essentially a mini version of a hay bale.
Yeah, we used to try and get the other kids. Oh, look, it's smart pills. They make you a lot smarter.
How many of them fell for that?
Don't remember.
Oh, Jesus. The fact that somebody was dumb enough to fall for that.
Yeah, but what's weird is the rabbit manure didn't really smell. It was the urine that smelled more than anything else.
Also, same thing with deer poop. I mean, it's the same. Yeah, it's still poop, but
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, if you get that stuff to sit for like 6 months, then you throw it through a shredder. Oh man, does the plants love it? That's what we used to use in our garden. We'd throw it through the shredder just to break off, just to break it apart, make it nice and fluffy, and put it in the garden. Like I said, it didn't smell.
could essentially just take the same thing, stick a paint stir on a freaking drill, and stick it in a bucket, and just do it that way.
Yeah, we just did the Tomahawk Troy built 10 horsepower shredder. We just kept throwing shovels in there and never stopped it up. It'd just go right through it, break it all apart. Good night. And we didn't have the ones that got the small little holes in there for it to shoot out instead of the big old giant grate at the bottom.
Yep.
Now when we did a lot of the plants and stuff to put through there, oh yeah, that would slow it down. So I wouldn't mind having one of those big giant Troy built shredders now. Take a 3-inch branch, off it goes.
Yeah, couldn't only do up to like 2 inches on mine on my shredder, but
Oh, I would love to get one of those Vermeers or the Bobcat chippers here. They could take up a 10-inch branch. Rent one of those for a day. A couple of guys here, and just rip through everything. Shove everything through it. Everything loose. Cut everything down. Shove it through there.
yep.
And we go big old giant pile of chippings.
The Harbor Freight version one isn't too bad, but that thing is an absolute pain in the ass to start.
Or if it gets stopped up, you got to take it apart.
Yeah.
And that's an hour and a half if you get it stopped up.
I haven't had that problem. It's just starting it because that thing, you're basically the whole freaking chopping wheel is what you have to pull in order to get that motor to start.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no secondary flywheel to get that moving, and then with like a PTO or whatnot,
No,
get the main drive going. No, you're pulling that whole freaking chopping wheel, and that thing probably weighs 30, 40 pounds.
Yeah.
Alone, just the wheel.
I like the one that they sell over at Lowe's, where you it's a direct drive. Okay. Not like the Troy boat we had where you actually had to engage a belt. I prefer that. But if it gets stopped up, you plug it up, you undo 2 bolts, and the whole door opens up. And you can get in there and you can clean it out. All right, folks. I guess it's close enough. It's 10:30. I will see everybody later on. Maybe Colin might go on tomorrow. I don't know, but we will all converge over on Cliff's channel on Saturday night around 7:30ish Central Time. What else? And then I guess I'll catch everybody on one of my next videos. And with that, I will say goodnight to everybody. Everybody can say goodnight here in the chat that's still left in here. And always remember to get out there and slap a rat. And Cliff, I'll see you next time.
Yes, sir. We'll see you. Have a good one.
All right. Woo-hoo.
I was wondering if you'd bailed almost instantly.
Yeah, so I need to go out and check my details of my last